What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and today I have another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is going to be a very, I wouldn't say controversial topic, but this is something that definitely needs to be talked about. It is the info, that we just got on the 2022 10 of Pharaoh's Gods, and basically the pros and cons of the set. What can we expect from the set? And if you guys just heard Zelda's Lullaby, I actually have it on my laptop here. Mental health just keeps kicking in. So no copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm, of course. So let's get straight into it. So the 2022 10 of Pharaoh's Gods is going to be the last of the 3 tins that make up the Tablet of Lost Memories that was seen in the DM anime. Apparently, from what we heard, apparently it'll be released sometime in the fall. Normally with these tins, with the Mega Tins, they would be released right around the end of August. But because of the pandemic and because that things had gotten pushed back more times than I give a fuck to count, they ended up releasing it in the fall. So what exactly will be in this tin? So I'm actually gonna read off the info that was given to us. That was given to us on social media. So it says the 2022 10 of the Pharaoh's Gods puts the last piece of the mysterious pharaonic tablet discovered in Egypt in your hands. The third and final piece of an ancient legend is finally here. You can wield the power of the Pharaoh's Gods with a beautiful new tin that depicts the top section of the Tablet of Lost Memories, immortalizing Obelisk the Tormentor, Slifer the Sky Dragon, and the Winged Dragon of Ra. Just like the 2022 Ten of Lost Memories and the 2021 Ten of Ancient Battles and the 2022 Ten of the Pharaoh's Gods have debossed sides and rimless lids that fit flush within the tin body, allowing the tins to be stacked on top of each other to build the entire tablet. If you already have both tins, picking up this tin will allow you to complete your very own tablet. To celebrate the tin's historic 20-year run, this year's mega set will also include new artworks for 3 classic monsters that headline some of the earliest tins, which are Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and you would think it would be Dark Magician, but it's Dark Magician Girl. These are actually the Bandai artworks from all the way back in 1997, 98, like right around there. It also includes 7 new cards as well as all-time great cards from years past, such as Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, Lightning Storm, Nibiru the Primal Being, Forbidden Droplet, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and more. Each 2022 tin of the Pharaoh's Gods will contain 3 extra large mega packs, each with 1 prismatic secret rare, 2 ultra rares, 2 supers, a rare, and 12 commons from a huge mega set. So all in all, in each tin, that's 3 prismatic secret rares, 6 ultras, 6 supers, 3 rares, and 36 commons. And then as far as what cards, the cards that'll be in the set, there'll be cards from Blazing Vortex, Lightning Overdrive, Dawn of Majesty, Burst of Destiny, and more. So I'm assuming it's throughout all of 2021. So I'm going to go onto card database on my laptop here. Let's see. I can find the website. Here we are. Here's the website. Now to look up the card, to look up the sets. Excuse me. So, as far as 2021 goes, in terms of the sets that we had Blazing Vortex, Ghost from the Past, Ancient Guardians, Lightning Overdrive, King's Core, Dawn of Majesty, Burst of Destiny, and Brothers of Legend. For the structure decks, we ended up having 4. Freezing Chains, the Obelisk and Slifer decks, and then the Cyber Strike structure deck. And then also the 2021 Team Ancient Battles, but that doesn't count. Let's see here. Legendary Duelist Season 2, Legendary Duelist Single Storm, and Maximum Gold El Dorado. So I'm assuming... So, let's look at this from a collector's standpoint. You look at this... You look at the tin, and you think to yourself, okay, it's a pretty decent tin. When you get what's in the set, it's like... What's the whatever, whatever, with from a collector's standpoint, looking at the different artworks for Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician Girl, those are the kind of cards that collectors will want to get graded. And some people will just look at them and be like, oh, this artwork sucks, I'll sell it. That right there is the biggest bullshit you could ever think of. And if you guys notice, I have these on. My wrists are hurting again. Anyway, it's fine if you want to grade them and sell them, but it's even more bullshit if you sell them if you sell them at 30 times what it normally would go for when graded. But as far as like what cards we could expect from the tin, obviously you look at a set like Blazing Vortex, right? Blazing Vortex wasn't all that great in terms of like competitive meta. Like obviously you have the new Armed Dragon support, you have new Warrock support as well. Spriggan support as well. I literally talked about all these sets on the channel months ago, and I realized with Blazing Vortex, I realized this set sucks. This set sucks, and I think there was only like maybe 1 or 2 cards in this set that were like really good. And if I can find it, I might be able to talk about it. Cannot find it anywhere. I don't remember the card. I want to say it was one of the synchros, but it's not. I think it might have been one of the links. Yeah. So Underworld, Goddess of the Closed World. This was basically one of the main chase cards of the set. So if you guys have never seen this card before or never watched me talk about this card on the channel, it's a Link 5 Light Fiend with 3000 attack, and its arrows are top right, bottom, bottom. And it requires 4 or more effect monsters. And its effect reads, you can also use one monster your opponent controls as link material to link summon this card. If this card is link summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. This link summon card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target this card. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that special summons a monster from the grave, negate the activation. So it basically is with Appaloosa focuses on cards that usually are on the field. This card focuses on cards that are in the graveyard, which by competitive meta standards, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Obviously, we're gonna be seeing cards like this in here. Cards like the Armed Dragons, the new Armed Dragon support, the new Tri Brigade support, the S-Force. Also, Pot of Prosperity is another one that we'll be seeing in the set. Just a bunch of Dogmatica support, Virtual World support as well. we are going to be seeing these cards in the set that may seem bullshit, like trash, but they're just so good. Even also, we might also see reinforcement of the army's troops, which is basically Rhoda, but instead of adding a card, you're special summoning, which is pretty good. I have to admit, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the War Rocks are. I think this was the set that the War Rocks debuted in, if I remember correctly. You know, and even also this card, this set even also got a reprint of Trishula, which became the Starlight Rare, actually, of the set. Ancient Guardians, I think, was a side set, so I'm assuming, I think, what cards did we get from Ancient Guard? I know we'll probably see something from them. Oh, right. This was the set that gave us the Octoadic support, the Octoadic archetype, the Sulfur archetype, and also the Ursardic archetype, which apparently works with can actually work with the Drytrons, which is actually kind of hilarious. Lightning Overdrive was the set that gave us the new support for Black Rose and Utopia, so I can almost guarantee we'll be seeing them involved. We might see set cards from King's Court as well, cards from Dawn of Majesty and Burst of Destiny, so we might see a reprint of Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer, but we might not. It's a double-edged sword, you know, because with Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, we never got it reprint until Brothers of Legend, which was its first reprint, but it's still expensive. So with Dawn of Majesty, so with Burst of Destiny, could we see Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer as a major reprint in the tins? Yes, we could possibly see it. But the biggest con of this whole thing is that we don't get it reprinted until we get our next Brothers of Legend later this year, which could be sometime in the fall or the winter, which is also a possibility. But when you look at a set like Brothers of Legend, right? You look at the set and you think it's decent, but once you get a good look at the set itself, the cards that are in the set, you think, holy shit, this is actually really good. This gave us the Karibo Brothers finally, after all these years, cards that were seen in the DM anime that we never got to see. Cards like 5-Star Twilight, Curry Babylon, the Karibo Brothers, Yoi, which is basically a knockoff Yatagarasu, basically, which is kind of stupid. You look at a card like Penguin Sword. You look at cards that were seen in GX, such as D-Force, which not only can search out plasma to your hand, but if you have plasma on board, you're not allowed to draw. Your opponent cannot target any of your cards with card effects, and Plasma gains an additional 100 for each monster in both graveyards, which makes Plasma 10 times more powerful than it ever was before. You even also get as well Dr. D, which basically helps further your Destiny Hero plays as well, which is really good. Even a card like Dragon Roy is also in the set, which by competitive meta standards, it's not that good. It's not that good, but in terms of as a collectible, it's not too bad. But you also have a card like Rebirth Judgment as well, which is basically DNA surgery, but for the graveyard. So if you play Red, let's say Red Eyes, and you run Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, this card Rebirth Judgment can work with Red Eyes, because of the fact that you have a bunch of dragons in your graveyard, and your opponent will also have dragons in their graveyard as well, which is really good. Which is really, really good. Then you also have cards that were seen, that were all seen in GX, but in Season 2. Cards like Ice Barrier, Ice Knight, even cards from, even a card from Season 3, Summon Storm. You also have cards from 5Ds, such as Sherry LeBlanc's cards, Noble Knight Shield Bearer, Horse of the Floral Knights, Noble Knight Spear Holder, Centaur Mina. Cards that you never thought we would ever see are in sets like this. So the question becomes, could we see these cards in the tins? It's possible. It is a high possibility that we will, but odds are we probably won't be able to get them until they get reprinted in a structure. Like also too with Brothers Legend, we even also got another number added to the collection, which is number 4, Stealth Krogan and Stealth Krogan Spawn. And you guys are thinking, wait a minute, we already have a number 4. Yes, but if you guys watched the Zexal anime like I did, there were 2 sets of numbers 1 through 4. The first set was obviously obviously Dawn Thousand's cards. The second set were the fake versions of them. So you have number 1, Infectious Buzz King. Number 2, I think, is the last number that we're missing. Number 2 is I think Ninja Mosquito. Number 3 is Cicada King. And number 4 is obviously Stealth Krogan. So number 2 is the last one that we're missing, and we probably won't be getting it for another couple years. You know, so again, with sets like Brothers Legend, with sets like Brothers Legend, you get cards that were never seen, that we saw in the anime, and even also in the manga, that we never got to see. So the question becomes, so with the tins, the question becomes, what can we expect? That is the number one question. As I just said, we can expect cards from Burst of Destiny to be released, such as Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. You know, we can even also see the Stardust cards get printed, but we don't know as of yet. We don't know what will be in the set until the list gets revealed, which I will be doing a set list reveal once we get the set list. I will be talking about it on the channel. But again, I think the biggest con is not getting Pot of Prosperity, not getting Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer reprinted. Those are the main. I think those are like the 2 main cards that people want reprinted, because right now on sites like Troll and Toad and TCG Player, they have it priced at well over $100. But even with the reprint, it's still going to be expensive no matter what, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's just how the game operates. But that brings me to the question of the day: what cards do you guys want to see get printed in the 2022 tin of the Pharaoh's Gods? Let me know in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Friday. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail you guys want to send me and you guys will want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.